Oh man, I was holding my breath through the majority of that game. Jets get the W. Jets win 24-17 over the Tennessee Titans. Here are my top 5 takeaways.
Jets, Jets, Jets!
All right, gang, without further ado, let's go into my top 5 takeaways. The New York Jets wind up winning this game 24-17. It wound up being a nail biter. This was not one that I expected to go down to the wire quite like this, and it was super stressful. I'm sitting here just like, we can't lose to the Titans. We can't lose to the Titans. We can't go on 2. It's 11% chance of making the playoffs after that. I'm like hyperventilating over here, and then like little things start going our way. Will Levis starts he playing hero ball, fumble. Quincy Williams winds up jumping on it. You get a long interception from Levis. You get a block punt. Oh, this is exciting, frustrating, but also opportunistic. Good teams find ways to win, and we did that, even though we need a little bit of help. So we're still shaking off the rust. I think there's still more growth that can happen from this game. We got some sadness from this game as well, so not a full-on victory here. But like I said, overall 24-17. Let's go into Rodgers first. Rodgers winds up having 18 of 30, 176 yards and 2 touchdowns. I thought he looked pretty crisp today. Nice long pass to Brees that we'll get into in a minute. You got to see him getting kind of a whole bunch of people involved. How many people do we have with a reception? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different players with a reception today. When you consider only 18, completions, that's pretty rock solid. I think we're continuing to see him get more into regular season form. I would like to see him not take the play clock all the way down to that like 0 to 1 second. We wound up having to burn 1 or 2 timeouts. So that was a little frustrating. Had some delay games. We had like 6 penalties for 65 yards to start this game in the first half. And then we wound up only having 1 penalty for 5 yards in the second half. So the Jets cleaned that up early on. But man, it was nice to see Rodgers slinging the rock a little bit. Would love to see us get over the 200 mark, but it's been slow starting for all the quarterbacks in the league, so I'm not overly concerned here. In terms of running backs, we got a 2-headed monster that is absolutely unreal. I couldn't even, because these guys are so good in the pass and so good in the run, I couldn't just put their stats for just running and just receiving. This is how we're going to look at it. We're going to look at their total touches, their total yards, their total touchdowns. So Brees Hall, 21 touches, 114 yards, 5.4 yards it should be per touch, I guess, per carry, per reception, whatever. And 1 touchdown. Braylon Allen comes in, 9 touches, 56 yards, 6.2 yards per play, and 2 touchdowns. The Brees Hall catch from Aaron Rodgers, that was like a 50-yard rope. Aaron Rodgers was like, Brees came into the huddle and said, hey, if there's a backer on me, like, throw me a fade. It's like, all right, boom. Just absolutely hits him over the top. Maybe not the best of like locations, but Brees made an awesome catch on it. I very much like that play. That was I jumped out of my seat. As far as Braylon Allen goes, this dude's been a stud. You guys know since back in like March or February, I've been on top of this dude. I've been very, very much excited for Braylon Allen, what this guy could bring. He winds up being the youngest player to score a touchdown in the NFL. Last week, he was the youngest player to have a play in the NFL. This guy's not going to be 21 until the end of January. These two are studs. We are very much in a good spot in the running game for the next little bit here. Special teams and like players that we called out last week. Mike Williams, we had a sighting. He had one of those 70-30 balls. It wasn't crazy far. Was it a 15-yard catch? 19-yard catch? 19-yard catch. Absolutely ridiculous. Climbs the ladder. Did not think he should have been able to even catch that ball. Like the body placement for the defender and where Mike Williams was able to like actually get to. Absolutely wild. So we got our first sighting from him, and we got Irv Charles. So not really like similar special teams, but whatever. Trying to fit it into 5 topics here. Irv Charles, though, block punt. This guy has been an absolute stud, Pro Bowler on the special teams. I'm so glad we held on to him. This is, these guys are good. These guys are good. It's nice to have players that are starting to come in and starting to kind of, I shouldn't say that about Irv Charles. Really Mike Williams. I just want to see more Mike Williams and continuing success on special teams. As far as the sad stuff here, Jermaine Johnson. Jermaine Johnson, we're going to lose him for the season. Torn Achilles. I don't think they've officially said it. It's just been the, through the Twitter sphere. He's going to have an MRI to confirm it today, but you pretty much know what happens when that muscle shoots up into a ball. So, man, it crushes me. I was looking for a big season from Jermaine Johnson this year, and it puts a lot more emphasis on our next topic, and that is Will McDonald / Hassan Reddick. Will McDonald comes out 3 sacks today. This is like When you needed to have someone have a performance in the worst way with the whole Haason Reddick thing going on, it's like, let's have our stud, number 1, 15 overall pass rusher from last year's draft show out. 3 sacks, Will McDonald, you played, you balled out. It was great. If we had not had the injury to Jermaine Johnson, I'd say the Jets were in a really, really good spot from a Haason Reddick leverage standpoint. Now you're in this weird situation of like, okay, Jermaine Johnson's gone for this year, and pass rushers generally don't return very quickly from this Achilles. Like next year is still very much going to be a concern for Jermaine Johnson. You're going to have to add a pass rusher anyway. I think now that you're at this point, Joe Douglas should bend the knee for Haason Reddick and figure out a way to get him in here at least for the next 2 years. If it's the Danielle Hunter deal, the 2 years, $50 million, at this point, he's got us over a barrel. Are you going to try and overpay him? Are you trying to bring in a pass rush from outside? Are you going to say, hey, let's just see what Will McDonald and the rest of these young guys have? I think that's playing with fire a little bit. Realistically, I think a Haason Reddick deal is going to get done after the Patriot game on Thursday night. It's a short week. Then you wind up having that 10-day stretch before the Bronco game. Really, I just want to have Haason Reddick in here for Monday Night Football against the Bills. I think that is a very, very important tipping point for the New York Jets in this season. Who knows? If we win this week and the Bills lose this week, we'd be playing for first place in the division. So it's a very, very, well, I guess there's 1 week in between that, right? Because we got the Bronco game. Whatever. Jets wind up coming away with a victory. Not the best game. Need to clean a lot of stuff up. Still frustrating, like through 5 quarters of play into the season, and then the Jets started to kind of pick it up there in the second half. So guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. What were your top 5 takeaways from this game? What was your favorite play of the game? Let me know in the comment section down below. And as always, go Jets.
Jets, Jets, Jets!